Hello everyone! Thank you for joining us at Conf42 DevOps 2023. Before we kick off the event, we would like to invite you all to join our Discord server. This is the place to go to have a chat with speakers, partners, sponsors and other attendees. This event was made possible by Teleport, the gold sponsor, silver sponsors, Balsamic, the diversity sponsor, and media partners. The event opens with a keynote by Kenneth DuMez, Developer Relations Engineer at Teleport. Why you should never use static shared secrets in GitHub Actions.
You might think that all of your little credentials, even if they're encrypted, are completely safe. But I've got some bad news for you. You may have a security flaw or two that you missed. That's okay though, because we'll go over all about how to prevent your repository from being hacked, different solutions on the market, and the trade-offs that they come with. Hope to see you there. Thanks so much.
In the second keynote, you will learn more about microservices from DevOps perspective, thanks to Gaston Cacheffo, Tech Manager at Globant.
Are you DevOps? Are you working with microservices? Are you falling into high complex deployment scenarios? If those topics match with your situation, then stick to this video. We're going to talk about your application delivery planification.
The security track comes in first. Greta Jocyte, Senior Technical Program Manager at Microsoft, will now tell you why put sec in DevOps and how.
I'm a technical program manager at Microsoft, and I'd like to talk to you about how you can bring a security mindset to your team.
VNet versus public network, how to choose what's right for you, will be presented by Hong Bu, Senior Program Manager at Microsoft.
Hello. I'm going to talk about how to secure your DevOps agent. I'm going to share with you my lessons learned from a real customer engagement and also walk through with you a demo to illustrate this journey. I hope you found this as helpful and hope you enjoy the conference.
Simon Gurney, the Director of Punk Security, will now talk about subdomain hijacking, why DevOps is making us more vulnerable.
I'm a DevSecOps consultant and a founder of Punk Security. In the talk, I'll explain how attackers take over subdomains and what they can do with them once they've got them. Along the way, we'll also explore the inner workings of DNS, explore some of these attacks and demo them, and talk about an awesome open source project we built to detect the issues. I hope you enjoy the conference.
Let's jump into the tools track. Nocnica Mellifera, Head of Developer Relations at Telemetry Hub, is here to showcase open source observability with OpenTelemetry.
Hi there. I'm going to be talking this conference about, well, here, let me show you the title. Open Source Observability with OpenTelemetry. Ah, that sounds so cool. So we're going to be talking about how you can observe even really, really complex systems using open source tools, what the state of the OpenTelemetry project is, and what are the first steps you want to take to get into it. Making sure that you're familiar with the concepts so that it doesn't feel like it's written in a foreign language, and how you can make your first steps. Okay, looking forward to seeing you there.
Manage Kubernetes add-ons for multiple clusters using runtime state is the next exciting session by Gianluca Mardente, Principal Engineer at Cisco Systems.
I will be talking about Sveltos, an open source project that aims at simplifying Kubernetes add-on distribution when you're managing tens, potentially hundreds of clusters. Thank you for joining in, and I hope you enjoy the conference.
Ismael Hommani and Clement Loiselet from WeScale are here to answer a very important question. Flux or Argo CD? Which one to choose?
Hi, I'm Clement Loiselet, a cloud builder at WeScale. Today with Ismael, we'll be presenting a comparison between two Kubernetes GitOps tools, Argo CD and Flux. We'll be going through their different implementation, user experience, and performance to help you choose the one better suited for your needs. I hope you'll enjoy this talk. Thanks for joining in.
Practical Introduction to OpenTelemetry Tracing is the upcoming talk by Nicolas Frankel. Prabesh Thapa, SRE and DevOps, will now show you the utility of feature flags in Terraform.
Hello everyone, please join me in my talk as we'll be discussing about how you can use feature flag as part of your infrastructure as code using Terraform. The key topic we'll be discussing will be what feature flag are and why you should use them. We'll also look into some of the ways you can incorporate feature flag as part of your infrastructure as code, like using environment variables or dedicated feature flags. This will follow up with a quick demo regarding the same. I hope you enjoyed the talk and welcome to Conf42. Thanks.
Observability of microservices using open source solutions is the upcoming lecture by Shubham Srivastava, Developer Relations Engineer at ZenDuty.
Hey all, really appreciate you joining into my talk about observability of microservices. I'm Shubham and I'll be diving into how you could bridge the correlation between logs, metrics and traces into a perfectly brewed observability concoction using just open source tooling. I hope that you walk away with something new and have a great time at the conference.
Maciej Riedl, software developer at 7balls.com, will help you boost your performance with autonomous multi-cloud serverless deployment and optimized management.
Today I will show you the framework, open source framework, that enables full deployment of your app using different cloud providers. Which is important, it is not only deployment, I will show you also how the platform itself can enhance your application. So when it is already deployed, how we can optimize it, how we can improve the current configuration of it.
Building modern data streaming apps with Python will be explained by Trista Pan, developer advocate at Stream Native.
Definitely check out my session on using Python with Apache Pulsar. I'll show you how to do all the cool DevOps stuff with the latest in streaming technologies. And we'll cover how to deploy, build your apps. Very easy. Come in, very interactive. Drop your questions in there. I'm very eager to see what you're interested in doing. Thanks.
Let's dive together in the deep dive track. Joe Bluber, Principal Software Engineer at Grafana Labs, comes in next. Don't get out of bed for anything less than an SLO.
Please join me for my talk about service level objectives. I'll explain what they are and how they can help you get out from under a terrible on-call experience.
Chris Nesbitt-Smith, consultant at UK government, is here to help you with a dilemma. Is it time to put your pet Kubernetes down?
Thanks for joining me here today and allowing me to stand up and use my clicker and everything. This is a privilege and thank you very much for joining. I've been using or abusing Kubernetes in production since it was 0.4. So believe me when I say it's been a journey. I've definitely got the scars and war wounds to show for it. We'll have time to be able to deal with questions in the chat, so please do drop a line in and let me know kind of where you're joining from and any questions that you may have. If I don't get to them in here, then please do feel free to find me on LinkedIn and have a conversation there.
AI-driven DevOps CI/CD pipelines is the next session by Michele Dodic and Francesco Sbaraia from Accenture.
Hi there. Have you ever wondered how site reliability engineers ensure reliability by applying AI to CI/CD pipeline? If so, I would suggest you check out my and Francesco's talk on AI-driven CI/CD pipeline. We prepared some really cool content and some interesting use cases as well as a hands-on demo. Come and check it out.
Sinan Kucukkoseler, Senior Software Engineer at Shopify, is here to teach you how to move fast without breaking things.
I'm really excited to present my talk virtually in Conf42. I'll share my experience in the past 8-9 years working in big tech, working with high-scale, complex, large distributed systems. And I'm going to be talking about how we innovated, experimented, and moved fast while not compensating from quality, but actually keeping a high quality level. I'll start with the big picture, like the team culture, how we should approach, how we should plan such work, to detail techniques, and hopefully you'll leave with concrete ideas for your next big challenge. See you there.
The lessons learned track starts here. Agita Jaunzeme, Data Engineering and Community Manager at VMware, will talk about DevOps best practices for DataOps Mesh.
Today I will talk a bit about DevOps best practices and how they influenced DataOps Mesh or DataOps and data mesh concepts. I will provide an overview of each of these paradigms and explore how realistic it is to combine them. So it's very beginner friendly, and if you are data or DevOps engineer and you're curious about data best practices or DataOps, this talk is for you, as well as if you are a data engineer and you are curious about DevOps best practices, this is also can be useful for you.
Why are people developing inside containers? Please join me in welcoming Rizel Scarlett, developer advocate and open source advocate at GitHub.
What's up, everyone? Today, I'm going to be talking about why are people developing inside containers and how Codespaces, GitHub Codespaces, takes containerization to the next level. I guarantee this talk will be loads of fun and it will be very informative at any level. So for beginners, I'm going to go into what containers are, how they work, and the history of containers. And then for people who may already be familiar with containers, I guarantee you don't know what I'm going to tell you about GitHub Codespaces. So come hang out with me. It's going to be fun.
Trista Pan, the co-founder and CTO of Spherex, will now present 10 tips for growing a healthy and active community around your open source project.
Hello guys, this is Trista. I'm the Spherex co-founder and CTO. Spherex the process from the open source tech and community to the commercial part. So in this conference, I will give a talk around how to foster or develop your tech open source community, make it become healthy and active. So look forward to your joining.
Architecting .NET microservices in a Docker ecosystem is the next great lecture by Rebai Hamida, MVP in developer technologies at Microsoft.
So who I am? I am Microsoft MVP in developer technologies, a solution architect, a member and speaker in .NET Foundation. I'm also MCT, Azure certified, and book author. You can follow me on Medium blog, LinkedIn, YouTube, or Twitter. Today, we will talk about microservices architecture, container and Docker. We will see the difference between Docker container, Docker image. We will set up our development environment to be able to test some demonstrations.
Sarah Morgan, Senior Project Manager at Telemetry Hub by Scout APM, will now address observability versus performance monitoring. What's the difference and why should I care?
Hi there. I hope you can join me for my talk on observability versus performance monitoring. What's the difference and why should I care? I'm excited to walk through some of the concepts of traditional monitoring and how it's evolved into what we call observability today. I'm going to touch on some of the nuances between the two, some of the history of both, as well as a brief introduction to the OpenTelemetry project as a potential avenue towards achieving observability. Hope that you can join us and hope you enjoy the conference. Thanks.
Humana DevOps Journey, the road less traveled, is the next exciting presentation by Rupesh Kumar and Andrew Foster from Humana Inc.
Hello, everyone. My name is Andrew Foster. I'm the Director of DevOps Engineering here at Humana, and we are very excited today to talk to you about Humana's DevOps journey. We've been on quite a journey for the past 4 years. We've made a lot of progress and still have a ways to go, and it's a story that we believe is worth telling. So come tune into our session, and we're excited for you all to hear the journey that we've been on.
Hi everyone, my name is Rupesh Kumar. I'm the Principal DevOps working with Andrew Foster. And we are here, as Andrew said, excited to talk about our DevOps journey. And as any journey, it's an ongoing journey. So we will be excited to keep coming back and talking to you about how we have matured our journey with respect to DevOps. So with that, I would say please tune in to our session and hopefully you can get some good insights to take away back to your organization as well. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Adrian Kosmaczewski, Developer Relations at Vision, will now show you how to create products through DevOps, the story of Vision.
Please join me in my session about how to use DevOps to create new products. I will provide answers to questions like how to take into account diverging opinions during product development, how to match ethical business practices with market needs, how can a company be respectful of its employees and profitable simultaneously? Is there a working alternative to hierarchies? In this session, you will discover how DevOps shaped all of our decisions, from idea to market. In particular, we will describe the challenges, processes, and decisions we took while creating our latest product, Apuyo Cloud.
Automated DevSecOps Maturity Assessment using next-gen technologies is the next talk by Sandeep Pangal and Juan Antonio Conde. Abhimanyu Selvan, Senior Developer Advocate at DigitalOcean, is here to teach you how to set up a production-ready Kubernetes cluster in 10 minutes.
Hi everybody, this hands-on demo shows how to set up a production-ready Kubernetes cluster using an extendable framework built around Terraform, and Argo CD. The Bootstrapper project integrates popular battle-tested open source software and solutions to provide a production-grade, out-of-the-box Kubernetes experience. I hope this talk will be informative and helpful. Feel free to contribute to this open source project, but for now, sit back and enjoy the ride.
DataOps as a Service is the upcoming session by Antoni Ivanov, staff at VMware.
I'm software engineer at VMware and co-creator and lead an open source project called Versatile Data Kit. I'm going to talk about DataOps as a service. DataOps takes a lot of its inspiration from DevOps, which revolutionized software engineering by bringing together development and operations team and adopting agile practices. And the same needs to happen in the data engineering space. And in this talk, we'll see how we can do that for data engineers and infra operations, bringing them together and adopting the same agile and lean practices in the world of data.
Frank Kilcummins, API technical evangelist at SmartBar, would like to make a pact. Do not break my API.
If you're interested in ways of evolving your APIs and microservices without breaking consumers, then come to my talk where I'll showcase how you can deliver enhancements safely and confidently. Many of our software applications today rely on API availability and predictability, often to a critical degree. Evolving APIs is necessary but a difficult activity. It can be really hard to know what constitutes a breaking change. But not to fear. I'll introduce bidirectional contract testing, which gives you the visibility you need. No more broken clients, no more late night rollbacks. So together, let's make a pact and not break our APIs. I hope you enjoy my talk and the rest of the conference.
Building, deploying, and observing SDKs as a service will be presented by DeveloperSteve Coochin, Senior Developer Advocate at Lumigo.
As a developer of many years as consumer and architect of APIs, this is by far one of my favorite topics, and well, one that I've handled a number of times using what we're going to be talking about today.
The hidden cost of instrumentation is the next great session by Prathamesh Sonpatki, community and dev evangelist at last9.io.
I'll be talking on the hidden cost of the instrumentation at Conf42 DevOps 2023. While the monitoring of the software systems has become easy, the amount of instrumented data is ever increasing. The cost that we pay is not just the monetary cost, but also the maintenance and management, as the velocity, variety, and the shape of the instrumented data constantly changes. I'm excited for the conference and looking forward to it. Thank you.
How to achieve actual GitOps with Terraform and Kubernetes. Please join me in welcoming Roberth Strand, Principal Cloud Engineer at Amesto42.
Hello, Robert here. I'm really thrilled to be talking at Conf42 DevOps 2023. It looks like it's going to be a great show. A lot of cool things happening there. I'm going to be talking about how to achieve actual GitOps with Terraform and Kubernetes. Going to be talking a little bit more about like advanced, GitOps scenario where you're taking a tool that, most of the time is not a GitOps tool and actually making it GitOps. Hopefully this is something that you will try out. I highly recommend it. It's a great project, the Thief Controller from vWorks, and if you are interested in doing GitOps with Terraform, look at my session and hopefully you will learn a couple things. All right. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a great Conf42 DevOps 2023.
Baking in reliability is the next appetizing talk by Ricardo Castro, Principal SRE at FunDuel and Blip.
So what are we going to cover today? So we're basically going to cover how you can start and keep the ball running about baking in reliability within your organization. So we'll start by giving a little bit of context. I'll describe the first thing I do when I try to approach this kind of thing, and then we'll go through some very useful tips that we can do to get this ball running. And then at the end, we're going to do a quick recap of what we learned today.
Pawel Piwosz, lead system engineer at EPAM Systems, will now show you how to plan CI/CD on the enterprise level.
Did you already register to this conference? If not, please do, because we have there a lot of great speakers and a lot of great talks, and mine as well. I will talk about CI/CD, but surprise, from a little bit different perspective. We will not touch the tooling or things we can do on the console. And yeah, that will be interesting, right? Because we will talk how to talk. So how to design, how to describe, how to get the all information which we need to design the proper CI/CD process for the whole organization. Please join me and enjoy this session and all others.
The culture is the last but definitely not least important track today. Julie Gunderson from AWS and Ana Margarita Medina from Lightstep have a very important reminder for you. Don't forget the humans.
Hi, I'm Julie Gunderson.
And hi there, I'm Ana Margarita Medina.
And we are really excited to talk to you about humans and not forgetting them.
We definitely don't want to forget them. And we want to make sure that we put the focus on the humans behind the technical systems. How do we make sure that they stay up and running and they stay reliable?
So in our talk at Conf42 DevOps Day, we will be talking about how you apply the principles of systems thinking to our humans.
Make sure to check it out.
Platform engineering. Why and how to start? This question will be answered by Serg Hospodarets, Global Head of Engineering at William Hill.
Serg here. I'm a hands-on technology leader and I built platform engineering organizations of 100 plus people. And with my teams over the last 15 years, we delivered 3 cloud platforms, multiple hundreds internal solutions, and we found the way to deliver these platforms not only to internal development teams, but also to customer developers. I don't love BS, so except talking, I also will share the approaches and tooling and to demos how you can create your platform engineering organizations and deliver solutions. So, looking forward to seeing you there.
Nathan Harvey and Amanda Lewis from Google Cloud are here to talk about the state of DevOps, capabilities for building high-performing technology teams.
Hey, Amanda. What are you reading there?
Oh, hey, Nathan. Yeah, just having a little story time, taking a break from work, reading the 2022 State of DevOps report.
Oh, what's that all about?
Oh, there's so much to it. I just started the section on culture, and prior to that, I was reading up about security. Sure would love to share the findings with you. Do you got time?
No, actually, I'm late for another meeting, but I'll tell you what, let's meet up at Conf42 DevOps, where we can both dig into the findings. How does that sound?
That's perfect. I'll see you there.
All right, talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Making DevOps friendlier for developers is the next topic presented by Arsh Sharma, Dev Experience at Octeto.
We're going to look at the common things people get wrong when implementing DevOps in their organizations and the kind of problems they lead to. We'll also be looking at possible solutions for these problems, which can make life simpler for everyone in your organization, including developers and operators. Hope to see you there.
Christopher Harrison, Senior Enterprise Advocate at GitHub, will now tell you how to change the culture, not just tools.
As it turns out, buying a new treadmill doesn't make you a runner, just as buying brand new project management software, investing in brand new CI/CD tooling, etc., doesn't inherently improve your DevOps process. That if we don't change the culture, if we don't get people actually using the tools, we're not actually improving anything. So let's talk, let's have a conversation and see how we can get the right people and the right questions answered to help improve our processes.
Platform engineering is all about product, according to Gal Bashin, Head of Engineering at Cisco.
Hey everyone. We all want to build something that people will love using. Then why do we forget about it when we're talking about internal developer platforms? In my session, we'll talk about how we can leverage product practices in order to build internal developers platforms that your developers will actually want. Stop building useless Rube Goldberg machines, join my sessions and learn how to build something valuable.
Radoslaw Piliszek, sysadmin and programmer at 7bulls.com, joins in for an important lesson. Have your head in the clouds while keeping your feet firmly on the ground.
In this talk, I will introduce the Nebulous project, which is creating the meta-operating system for computing continuums, especially the cloud computing continuum. And in this very talk, I will introduce the concepts that relate to the Nebulous project, as well as give a first glimpse into the architecture that we are designing for the Nebulous project. Welcome.
The last speaking slot at this event goes to Travis Goslin, Principal Software Engineer, Developer Experience at SPS Commerce. Compelling code reuse in the enterprise.
Hey all, are you under the impression that you should never reuse your own code in microservice distributed environments? I mean, after all, you've heard or maybe even experienced the horrors that inappropriate coupling can cause. But that doesn't mean we should abandon all hope of reusing code, especially for cross-functional and technical concerns. You're missing out on a ton of advantages. On top of that, if you've not heard of service chassis as a vehicle to help drive your developer productivity, then you really need to come and check out my talk on compelling code reuse in the enterprise as we put all these things together. I think you might just find it a bit irresistible.
This is all we've got for you today at Conf42 DevOps 2023. We hope that you'll learn a few new things and meet some great people. Please make sure to join our Discord server. You can post questions in the #DevOps channel. As always, FreeRSVP unlocks all the content. The keynotes will kick off right after this video ends. Please make sure to look up the schedule on the event website. Your feedback is key to making Conf42 better for everyone. Please feel free to leave a comment. All constructive criticism is warmly welcome. Big thanks to our speakers, partners and sponsors for making this event possible, and to you for being with us and attending in this new year of 2023. That was Mark. Thank you so much and have a lovely event. Cheers!